Hi, welcome to Curriculum Night. My name is Lisa Pezzella, and I am your child's aerospace teacher this trimester. I wanted to start out first with just a little bit about myself, and I realized that I have quite a few students who also have me for science this year, so I apologize that this beginning piece is a little bit of a repeat for you as we get started. So I have been teaching now at IMS for 7 years and teaching middle school for a total of 15. I am originally from the East Coast, with my family being from New Jersey, and my parents moved then to Florida, which is where I was born and raised. When I was in high school, my dad's job took us up to Alabama, and that is where I went to college and then started teaching in 2005. A few years after that, I met my now husband, and together we moved out here to Seattle 7 years ago. And some things that we enjoy, we enjoy to travel and also to go hiking. And we have a Labradoodle who enjoys coming along to do those things with us as often as possible. A little about our aerospace class. So this is a STEM elective course. And the first goal, first and foremost, is to learn about the science of flight through project-based experiences. The second goal, which focuses on engineering, kind of ties into that first project-based piece. So we teach about the engineering process, and students will, in their projects, design, test, and then redesign in order to make improvements to their original prototypes. And the third goal is then to apply their findings from these projects in order to our understanding of the advancements in the history of human flight. Some of the topics to be covered this trimester include careers in aerospace, which we have been talking about aerospace engineering over the last couple of weeks since we've started, and we are moving in now to the history of aerospace. Next week, we will get into the properties of air so that they can understand the characteristics that allow for flight. And then we will start working through some of our project-based units. So during the time that we study parachutes, students will learn the relationship between air resistance and gravity. Typically, we do a unit on hot air balloons, which introduces how the concept of density applies to lighter than air flight. Third, we will study airplanes and learn the relationship between the four forces of flight: thrust, drag, lift, and weight. And at the end of the trimester, we will learn about rockets and apply Newton's laws of motion to rocketry. The way we go about this will come in two pieces. So first, there's the project-based component that I discussed. And when students are designing and building and testing their flying objects, that may happen sometimes during our synchronous time, so working together in small groups on Zoom, and also during their asynchronous time, working independently on those projects in the afternoon. During the guided learning tasks that they will be provided with, students will make use of resources that I provide in order to explore some of the science related to the flight of their objects. And then together during our Zoom sessions, we will process and practice together with that information in order to make meaning. When it comes to materials for this course, in general, everything right now will be done on the iPad. So having their charged iPad is the biggest piece, and there is no textbook for this course. So all resources will, again, be digital. For the projects and activities component, any materials that will be needed, I will update on their week at a glance when they get posted on Monday, and we will also talk about that together during our Monday Zoom sessions. My goal is for them to be able to make use of common household items so that there shouldn't be anything that has to be purchased for the class this trimester. So if they're having trouble coming up with something to use, encourage them to reach out to me, as I will as well, so that I can help brainstorm for what they might have that could be used in the project that week. The grading for this class, so in aerospace for this course, I am going to continue using a traditional percentage points-based grading scale. All grades are going to be reported in the 3 categories that you see here. So classwork and homework, there will be some occasional quizzes, and then also their projects. So you will see those 3 categories in Skyward. And when it comes to tasks that perhaps have an open-ended response question, something where there's not just one correct answer, I will be assessing the amount of effort that students put into that response when it comes to the number of points that they are awarded. All information about assignments and grades will be communicated through these 2 platforms. So Schoology is where we communicate primarily with the students, and this is where their week at a glance will be posted every Monday morning. Any assignments that will be due for that week will have due dates that show up on their Schoology calendar. And for assignments that I am grading or providing feedback on, there is a space to do that on Schoology as well. Skyward, on the other hand, is going to be our official gradebook. So this is where you will see the points earned for each assignment, and that will be calculated into a percentage that determines their overall grade for the course. For organization of their daily work or weekly assignments, my recommendation is going to be that they set up a Google Drive folder for Aerospace. Since the majority of our tasks are going to be done on Google Docs, this is the easiest option for them. Alternatively, though, if students would prefer to print out and write their work on a hard copy piece of paper, they are more than welcome to do that. And then they will just have to take a photo or scan to upload it back to Schoology if there is need for a submission. And finally, I just wanted to share the Week at a Glance document, a little bit about what this looks like and how it is designed to work and provide them with their information. So at the top, we have links to office hours as well as our class meeting time that will always be posted. There will be a list of any materials that they're going to need to complete the activities for the week, along with our goals or learning targets for that week. When we look at the table in the bottom section, the gray rows are an indication of what we are going to be doing together during our Zoom sessions, and the white rows are indicating what students should be working on during the afternoon time. One thing to notice about how this Week at a Glance is set up is that once students go to this page, they do not need to go back to Schoology to get anything for those tasks. So in the white rows, there are hyperlinks. All they need to do is click on that hyperlink and it will take them right to their assignment document with a full set of directions included. And then finally, in the column over on the right, it indicates to them if they need to submit something, what they submit, and where it will be submitted to. And finally, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out at any time. And I am looking forward to this trimester of learning with your students, and have a great night. Thank you for watching.